Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my channel. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. We're going to do thoughts and feelings for the collective, any sign and any sign of the person that you're thinking of. So let's go into a deep dive. Let's see what the messages are that Spirit has for you. Take with you what connects to you. Leave the rest for everybody else, of course. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. Twin flames are welcome. Soulmates are welcome. No contact, low contact, situationships. What is it that we have going on in our lives? I need to know, Spirit. I need some guidance. I need you to share with me loving messages. I am listening for you now. I have walk a mile in my shoes. So a little bit of a, you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm going through. I feel like somebody just like threw that in my face. Like, you know, if you were me, what would you do? So walk a mile in my shoes. Of course you're empathic. Of course you know what's going on. I have opening, open my heart. Okay, key to my heart, opening my heart. Little bit of a guarding myself. The heart's closed, the lock is closed. So I have been guarding myself. I haven't quite let you in. I want to be in love. Okay, is somebody going to admit their feelings? That felt like I'm going to admit my feelings. Maybe we're going through something that just kind of breaks the ice. Maybe we're going through something that, you know, allows this person to finally, I don't know, just come out of the closet and say something. That's how I feel. I have divine timing. Okay, everything happens for a reason. We know that. I have a commitment. I feel like this person has been, I don't know, maybe they've gone through a very serious commitment in the past. Maybe you haven't. They could have been married, but you haven't. And it's almost a feeling of you don't get it. You don't get, you know, what it's like to be married and then get a divorce and all that's involved. And, you know, I just don't ever want to be in that place again. So they could be struggling with, do I want to do it again? And that could be something that we're going back and forth with. One of you maybe has never been married and would like to be married or wants more of a commitment. I have a secret admirer. I'm going to put this out there as it's almost as if I say it out loud, if I tell you that I am in love with you, then I've said it. And does that mean we're in a relationship? Does that mean I have to commit to something? Does that mean that I have to spend more time with you? You know, what does that mean? So I feel like, is this person holding back their feelings? And because once it's out, I can't take it back. So I definitely feel like that's been going on. I don't know why they're holding back. Maybe they have a hard time saying I love you to people. Not how they were raised. Incompatibility. I have this hot pepper. We're just hot together. You know, if somebody's not expressing their feelings, your first thought is, this person only wants me for one thing. And you deserve to know what their feelings are. I have the one. Okay, you could be thinking, this is the one. This is the person that I want to be with. I need to know this person's feelings, Spirit. I need to know what's going on here. Let's see. Let me know. What are they holding back, Spirit? 4 Wands. That they're holding back commitment. There's definitely a fear to commit, and either they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit their feelings, because if I say it out loud, it's almost like I don't want to talk about it. 2 of Swords, they're blocking it off. They're blocking off that energy. I feel like we're good together, and I feel like we're actually very, it's probably a great physical connection. We're probably great together, probably great in a lot of different ways, but we're not great in the sense of where do we go from here? And what is it that we both want next? I feel like one is completely avoiding where do we go? And the other person is kind of saying, I need to know. And it's it's starting to become a, you're always asking me, or is that all you want to talk about ever? What are your feelings? What are your feelings? So they could be starting to feel like they're being pressured in some way. That Two of Swords, they've got to open up their heart. I have a Star. I don't want you to give up hope on this person, because I do feel that it's more of a matter of their experience than anything. Their past experience is holding them back, unfortunately. That there is a sense of, this is everything that you wished for, and I'm in agreement with that. They could be perfect for you. And it's just going to take time for them to either overcome the fear or get to a place where they're willing to, stop blocking, start opening, start accepting, a little bit of a surrender. Are they going to surrender, Spirit? Ten of Swords. They've got to let go of the past. They've got to let go of, somebody else hurt me, and I'm afraid to be in another committed relationship because it was so hard to get out of, or it cost me a lot of money, or it was just devastating in some way. Nine of Cups. There is this beautiful sense of we're good together. And I think that this person admits it. I do. I feel like this person knows it in their heart that they're actually very happy with you. And I almost feel like they know that they're not being fair by expressing their feelings, because I feel like it's intentional. I feel like they're holding back because, again, if they say it out loud, then what happens from there? Spirit, please share with me. I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fears so I can come back to you. So maybe you feel like they're pushing you away. We haven't been as close. We haven't been physically as close, or we literally haven't been seeing each other as much because we have this kind of weird thing between us that we're not really talking about. And neither one of us is kind of giving in. You want to know where you're headed, and they like things the way they are. And why do we need to change things? Because people evolve. People like to move forward. People like to feel like they're secure in a relationship in whatever way it is. So, but they've got to find their way back. I know this is more than a relationship, and that there is a higher purpose for our connection. I will say that I feel like you both have identified it as some kind of a stronger union. Whether you're saying it's a soulmate or twin flame, you're just saying, you know what, I know that we're strong. I know that it's a strong bond. I know that I'm in love with you. I know that you're in love with me, but we're not expressing where we're headed, or we're not even saying out loud, I love you. And even though we're feeling it, sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head, and at times it triggers me because I wonder how much you can see into me. That just came into me as, I have a fear you're getting too close. Wow. You're getting too close to me. You're loving me too much, or you know too much about me. So there's this fear of, if I really let you in, if I really let my guard down, and I can really get hurt. You're the one that can really hurt me. The universe brought us together for a reason, and I'm discovering what these reasons are. I'm going to say this connection just needs to continue to unfold. The number 7 just jumped out at me, like the month of July. So it was this connection has to unfold. This person's got to get used to the idea that they are they are connecting to somebody on a deeper level, probably more than they've ever connected before. They could be facing their own fears of, what does that mean to me? My life is about to change. Fear of getting hurt. I've never given my heart to anybody. Here I am. Fear of admitting their feelings. They're vulnerable. They're not good at saying, I love you. They can learn. They can learn. Look at their actions. Are they spending time with you? Are they being there for you? Are they're saying being responsible. So are they, I guess, maybe there's some responsibility around this connection that you guys share. I have regrets. I wish this never had happened. So are there moments in this connection where you're like, I'm so stuck in between, they're saying. I feel like I'm stuck in between. That could be you. That I don't know where I stand is really, put it this way. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I know you don't want to hear that if you feel stuck in between, but it's a feeling of, I've got to sit in this. I've got to sit in this with this person. If this is who I'm supposed to be with, I've got to work through this with this person. I've got to understand this person is vulnerable right now and I can't push them. I've got to accept kind of their thought process and give them time. Flirting, fun and innocent, and communication. Can we focus on the good times? Can we focus on having fun? Can we focus on spending time together until these answers come to us, until we feel safe and comfortable? So I'm going to say yes. I have an ex-lover wondering if I made a mistake by letting you go. So if there's somebody else on their mind, then you obviously need to know, I wish this had never happened. Did I jump into a relationship with somebody else and I let somebody else go? I'm going to say don't look back. I'm going to say don't look back. I do feel like this is a good soul connection and you moved on for a reason. You're just forgetting the reason. Sometimes the grass looks greener in the back, like instead of the grass looks greener ahead of you, it's like you look backwards, you're like, well, that wasn't so bad, but you left for a reason. You're just remembering all the good things. You're not remembering the reasons why you left sometimes. I have somebody's acting immature and maybe they're not willing to talk. Maybe they brush it off. They say, oh, you're so serious all the time. And what do you care? Why can't we just be? Sometimes we really need to have that heart-to-heart conversation about, what are your thoughts about, where we're headed, or what is it that you really want? I have midnight meetings, connecting for sex. Now, if you are starting to feel like this is the only thing this person wants because they're pushing you away as far as wanting more, then you have to decide, if this is enough. If this person only wants, they're not talking to you about a commitment, they're not talking to you about the next level, they're not talking to you about, who are you to me, that we're in a relationship, and you think it's just going to get better, then you got to have a heart-to-heart conversation with this person because you could be starting to feel used. And when you start to feel used, it really is an uncomfortable feeling. So have a conversation. But I'm not leaning in that direction. I'm going to say maybe that's happening to some of you, but I'm leaning more into the direction of you've got somebody who they're vulnerable, they're afraid to share their heart. They're struggling with, if I admit my feelings, you're the one that could break my heart. And that maybe they never had that before. So you could be the first real person they've loved. You're the one, but it's more of a feeling of you could break my heart. And I want to prevent that. And they haven't learned yet that you can't get the good of being in love with somebody and the joy of being in love with somebody and the commitment and I have somebody in my life without taking the risk of the fear of losing it. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have like, I'm going to have all the benefits of this relationship, but I'm not going to have any heartache ever, you know? So it's like you're either all in or you're not. So we got to know, are you all in? I have a 9 of Cups. I have a Tower. Yeah, there's the fear. They're content. They're happy. They don't want to change anything. They're either happy with the way things are. Okay, maybe you have a house, they have a house, they see you after work, they come over a couple nights a week. You think they're just coming over for sex. You think that that's, you know, like it's not enough. I want to share my life with you. I want to go to bed. I want to wake up to you. I want to live with you, whatever it is. But they like it the way it is. And they think that if it changes, that their whole world is going to blow up. They're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of that next level. They're afraid of the next step of commitment. And they think that, you know, that's when their whole world is going to blow up. Because right now what they have is working for them. Might not be working for you, but it's working for them. I have an Ace of Wands and I have a Queen of Swords. That came into me as I'm trying to convince you. I'm trying to convince you that this is how it has to be. If you want to be with me, then this is all that I can give you. I can't give you more. It's almost like take it or leave it. And you may be saying, yeah, you know, really, this is all that it's ever going to be, is that I see you 2 nights a week and we have sex and then I never see you again. You know, I mean, it has to be more is how it's coming into me. So, but they're saying, I like it the way it is. Why change? Change is hard. Change is scary. Commitment is scary. But it's also part of life. We're adults. Adults, you know, relationships move along. They move through stages. I have peace. Peace and contentment are coming to you. Where was that card a moment ago that you felt stuck? You feel like you are, they said you're tired, right? I wish this had never happened, because you could be feeling like you're in between worlds. You're in between, I'm in love with this person. I don't want to push this person away, but this person doesn't want anything more. And it's just causing a lot of anxiety. I mean, that would be a limbo energy to me. And when you don't know where you stand, it's very upsetting. And you do deserve more peace and contentment. So Spirit's saying more peace and contentment is coming. So maybe this person is going to finally admit their feelings. I have success. It's your time to shine. Success from what you pour into your heart. Now, success in a lot of different areas of your life, but having a successful relationship is important. And when you feel like you are in limbo and you feel like you're stuck, it's, am I in a good, healthy relationship? You're questioning your, you know, why am I in this relationship? What's in it for me? Where am I headed? So you're looking for something that's a little bit more stable and more successful, I would say. An expansion, pursue bigger and greater endeavors. You want this connection to grow. And that's the bottom line. You don't want to stay the way it is. The person who's saying, why do you have to change it? It's working. Why do we have to do something different? Why do we have to say we're so-and-so to each other? Because that's what people do. You know, so one person is like, I'm so happy with how I set this connection up because it's like perfect for me. It's working. And the other person's like, well, I thought this was just going to be for temporary, and you were going to kind of grow into this relationship and, you know, get kind of used to the idea that we're in an adult relationship and I'm going to, you know, want more eventually. a new opportunity, insights gained, a new experience, job, or partner. The book is halfway written. The story is halfway written. Is this person holding you back from living the kind of life that you desire? Is this person holding you back from being in the type of healthy, happy home that you want with another person? Only you can answer that. Because if they're saying adamantly, I don't ever want that, I like what we have right now, and that's not matching what you have in your head, then you guys are not on the same page. You're not on the same path. Something will change. I have an 8 of Swords. Are they holding you back? Are they holding you back from peace, contentment? Spirit's saying it's all about you. It's not about them. It's not about what they want. It's about what you want. You have to take their feelings into consideration, of course, but what is it that you want? I have a Fool. Are you ready to start a new journey? Maybe you're staying because it's easier than going out and finding somebody new. So you tolerate this. You let it keep going the way it's going because it's better than nothing. But in the back of your head, are you saying, do I deserve something else? Do I deserve to start something new with somebody else? You're thinking about your future. I don't blame you. I'd be thinking about my future too. And I have a Page of Cups. I'm going to say new feelings. Don't let anybody hold you back from what it is that you think a relationship should be. Because that's, like I said, somebody thinks it's working for them. I see you 2 nights a week. I come over after work. We hang out. We make love. I don't express my feelings. We don't really do a lot out in public. We kind of isolate. And this person says, I just want to be with you. I just like being alone. Why can't we just hang out? Because I want to be a couple. I want to do couple things. I want to go out with another couple and eat dinner. I want you to meet my family. I want to do things with our friends. I want to celebrate holidays together. If you're not doing any of those things, you have to ask yourself, what am I doing? What is this? So Spirit could be telling you that there's a turn, there's a turning point, there's a change. I have a Queen of Swords. You're going to make a decision. You're going to make a decision. I've got this Ace of Pentacles. Maybe an offer comes in from somebody else. Maybe somebody else is interested in you. Opens up your eyes. You're not in a committed relationship with this person because they keep telling you, I don't want that. Do whatever you want. The person who's got that cocky attitude of this is what you get. This is all you get. I don't know. There's a part of me that says this person is so ridden with fear that they're going to lose you if they don't shape up. And I don't even think they see it that way. I think they see it as that, you're so in love with them that you would never push them away, or that, you're just going to keep kind of whatever they say and do, you're going to do. But I don't feel that. I feel like you're stronger than that. I feel like you're thinking about your own future, thinking about your own self. They're ridden with fear of commitment. And I guess you have to ask yourself, has it been since the very beginning, or has it been since we went from being casual to, let's say, to we have feelings for each other, and now this fear is just consuming us. Consuming the other person is how I feel. I feel like you're handling it well. You want to go, you're fine. You're like, what's the problem? This is what people do. They fall in love and they go to the next level. I'm going to say not leveling up, which is upsetting. It's like not leveling. And I feel like that's It's like I've been waiting. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the next level, and they're just not leveling up. My heart will always belong to you. So I do feel like there's a lot of feelings here, and it's a shame because this person they're eventually gonna push you away because you're not gonna wait. I've been waiting for someone like you for a long time. So maybe you think they're the perfect person for you, but you need to hear it back. Spirit just said, if you keep giving and giving and giving and you're not getting it back, you don't have somebody telling you they love you, they want to be with you, that they're not going anywhere. We all want to feel like we're in a very secure emotional relationship. And when you don't get those things, it's very heart-wrenching. This person's got to level up. I'm not feeling good enough for you. I really do love you, but I know that you can do so much better than me. So is it their own insecurities that if I tell you I love you, if I tell you that we're going to be in a relationship, you're going to find somebody else and you're going to leave me? Are they that insecure, or is it that they want their cake and eat it too? Is it they're trying to keep all their options open? I've never wanted anyone so badly like I want you, and that really scares me. Sometimes we fall in love with somebody and they're not necessarily good for us, but we're in love with them. And then we look at ourselves and go, what did I get myself into? But our heart's there and we're trying to fix it. We're trying to make it work and we're trying to push this person. I know that I need to make things right between us. I'm trying to figure out how to approach you. So if this person's been pushing you away, it's because they don't have any new answers, is how I feel. I don't feel like they've gone out and done some soul searching and coming back with, oh, we're going to repair this and everything's going to be great. I feel like they're pushing you away almost as a test to see if you'll behave yourself. Like, are you going to stop talking about this? Because otherwise I'm going to keep walking away. Let them walk. Let them keep walking, because I would say that you have to stand your ground too, that you deserve more. You deserve respect. And I think being in a relationship and leveling up to the different stages of a relationship through time is showing respect. It's honoring you, Spirit just said. Rejecting you was actually protecting you. I was a mess at the time. I'm pushing you away because I'm not good enough for you. I'm going to ruin your life. I know I can't give you my heart. I know that I can't tell somebody I love them. Are they a true avoidant? Is that what you've fallen in love with? So I guess Spirit's going to send you some answers in the very near future. Every time I see you, I fall in love all over again. That could be you. I mean, you could have fallen in love with somebody that you didn't know what you were getting into. Sometimes two people have to fall apart to realize how much they need to fall back together. That's a good one. That could be what you're going through. We have to fall apart in order for us to realize that it's up to us to piece this back together. Nobody else is going to do it. It's up to us to decide that we want to be in this. I'm going to put this out into the universe because I do feel like I am struggling. And all I can say is the answers and the clarity will come with time. I know you don't want to hear that, but if you're not ready to walk away from this person because you love them, then you've got to push through this somehow. You've got to hang in there and you've got to work with them somehow to get them to a place where they're not ridden with fear. So I'm going to ask Spirit to guide you both. because you're not ready to make a decision today. And I feel like they're saying time will tell. Time will tell and the answers will be clear. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to my channel, I'm so grateful that you're here. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 channels here on YouTube. My main channel, which has all kinds of love readings, of course, lots of readings, and my Pick a Card channel. And I'll put the links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. These are difficult relationship readings, and that's why I put this channel together. I hope you got some guidance today, and if you did, let me know in the comments. We'll see you all again real soon.